Hi folks, thanks for joining me on another metal detecting session. Had a few bits of rubbish so far. I've had a couple of reasonable signals, so I'm going to show you those first, and then we're going to carry on walking around this large field. No horses today, I'm pleased to say, and we'll see what else turns up. At the moment I'm using the Equinox in field 1, iron bias 0, recovery speed 1. Yeah, I've got the standard 11-inch coil on. Right, let's show you this couple of bits down here. So the first one was this, I'm not sure whether to call that a musket ball or a lead shot, but you can see it's got some, I don't know whether they're crimping marks or rifling marks on that. Yeah, that's the first one of those I found with those markings on. And that was just where that bit of orange peel is there. It's not my orange peel. And I've dug a hole just next to it, probably about 6 inches deep. And we've got another one there. Different colour this time. So that looks more like a musket ball rather than the lead shot. I mean, they may both just be musket balls. I could be getting the names wrong. I have been in this field before, and I've had a few musket balls sort of clustered together in somewhere around here actually. I'm still in the same area, folks, and I'm now on my 7th musket ball, all within a few feet of each other. It's taking some digging actually, because it's quite stony ground. I'm having to use a screwdriver to sort of pick around the stones and prise them out. So that was probably about 7 or 8 inches deep, that one. But this is quite a mangled one. So they're all a similar size anyway. So there's definitely been something going off here in the past, but I don't know what. Right, I think I found enough musket balls for the day. These are all giving about an 18 single, sometimes 19. Yeah, but there we go. Yeah, the signals are taking a long time to dig because the ground's so dry and stony in places as well. So like I say, it's a screwdriver job. You can't just chop down. You can only get so far down with the shovel, probably about the first 4 inches or so. Right, this was 9 inches deep, quite a deep one. 2021 signal. I thought it might have been a coin, but it's not. I've got a little copper alloy hoop, suspension ring, harness ring, whatever you want to call them. It's a bit crumbly along that edge. Yeah, but I said before, I don't mind finding these. That's quite a odd shaped one, isn't it? Must have had some stress in its time. I've got a 16 signal down here in the ground. You can just see something green in the bottom there. Unfortunately, it looks to be sort of button sized. Yeah, I think it's possibly a button, that one. I suppose it could be shotty actually. Oops. Not sure what that is, not a shotty. Right, seems to be concave on the back there, so I'm going to go with button, I think, for now. Yeah. Oops. Right, I'll pop it in the bag anyway, we'll carry on. 16 signal, and that was about 6 inches maybe. Right. I'm across at the opposite side of the field to where I was before. This is a flatter area of the field. The other side was sort of ridge and furrow. But I was beginning to pick up a lot of moo tubes, ointment tubes. Good signals as well, sort of 17, 18, 19, so you had to dig them. I was getting a bit fed up with that, so I thought I'd wander across here. We do have a signal here. sort of low to mid 20s, but it's quite squeaky. I'm just hoping it's not going to be a mood tube, because I've had enough of those. Where's my knife? Oh, it's there. I thought I'd lost it for a minute. Sorry for the camera work, folks. Oops, I'll cut through my microphone wire. Oh, it's quite stony again. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep swapping hands here, so it's probably going to get a bit shaky, so sorry about that. Oof, blimey. Let me get a bit closer in, I'll bring you back shortly. This couldn't have been a piece of lead, you know. Well, it's out, and it was about 9 inches, that. And there we are. Oh, piece of lead. I think that could be a spindle whorl, you know. Yeah, I think that's a spindle whorl. Maybe an early one, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's a bit odd though, having a raised punch hole in the centre there, on that side as well. I can't think what else it would be, folks, apart from a spindle whorl, that. Yeah, that's alright. I'll have to have a look on the portable antiquities site later on and see if I can find a match. Try and get a date for that. Lovely. I'm not liking the look of these clouds that are approaching. We are forecast for rain this afternoon. I'm just behind this hedge at the moment, just getting a cup of coffee and a bite to eat. This field adjoins the one that I've been in. I haven't done much in this field at all. Let's have a wander across into that corner direction, I think. I've got my jacket on now just in case, because it's not looking fabulous. Well, the wind's getting up now, folks. Sorry for any noise. About 10 minutes ago I had that out of the ground. It's like might be a window lever or something like that. 20-21 signal. Just had another signal down here, low 20s. 9 inches deep again, this one. Whatever that is, a copper hoop of some sort. Hollow. I can't think what that would have been used for. Sorry, let's move the headphones again. No, I haven't found one of them before. So, I'm afraid I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's one of them. Well, I've jumped fields. The horses appeared. So I thought, right, I'm out of here. So I popped into another one. Just had a 24 signal. I've got what appears to be a love tokened coin. Or a love token, a copper love token. I think it might be a George III farthing, something like that anyway. Quite a thick one though. So looks a bit like George III, that side. Yeah, great stuff. So next up was this little thing, mid to high 20s again. Don't know if it's a furniture handle or a candlestick holder. Looks like there's some iron on this end. So it could have been a fixing point, I suppose. Yep, one of those anyway. We've had a bit of rain, as forecast. Right, we've had a mid to high 20 signal here. It's settled about 27ish. It's that little item there. I think it's a coin. But I don't recognise that. This is a fancy button. We're about to find out, I suppose, aren't we? Is it a token? I'm not quite sure what to make of that. There's some text along the edge there. DOV, is it? Right, I'll better pop that in a little case and be careful with that, because I think the detail might just vanish on that. I'm not too careful with it. I'm not sure what that is, folks. It's about the size of a, well, it's a, I don't know. I'm going to say a farthing, but it's maybe a bit small for a farthing. What is that? Hey folks, well, I've had an invite from a friend of mine who's hopefully getting back into metal detecting. So he's got a new permission. Neither of us have been on it before. So we're going to give it a go. It's not going to be a long hunt, I don't think. But fingers crossed we'll find something. Right, we've had a 22-23 signal, shallow in the stones. Some kind of lead weight or a pot mend or something like that. But Mark's first signal is Roman copper. Fantastic. Just turn it over, Mark.
Not a lot on the back, I can see.
That's lovely, that is. Lovely. Oh, keep going, see what else turns up, buddy. Get in, mate.
Cheers.
Right, we've got an 11 signal down here. It's very stony, which I actually quite like, because things don't tend to be very deep. It's just there. Haven't touched it yet. Could be a button, could be a coin. It could be a shotty as well. It's a shotty. It's got a little 13 signal down here. A copper disc of some sort. So I don't know if that's the remains of a Roman coin or not. It might not be, it's quite thin. Very warm, whatever it is. Looks a bit like a ship sail on the back, and I could be imagining that. Just on the surface, pretty much. Yeah, can't say for sure what that is. Well, Mark just had a find. We just arrived at a different field. Oh, yeah, horse harness buckle. Excellent job, mate. First signal, a good signal again.
Again, lucky Mark.
I'm going to follow you, I think. Little 17 signal here, only tiny little thing, very close to the surface, just there. 17. Got a lovely little button. Now Mark has had some medieval finds from here before. I think he's only been there once. We had a lovely find. So that's a rather unusual looking button, that. I like that. Yeah, that's very nice. Well, Mark's just over there doing his thing. See him in the distance somewhere. I've had a shotgun cap again, but we've got an 18 signal here. Let's hope it's not another one. No, it's just in this side, I think. Probably because I'm filming it, it won't be anything good, but just try, haven't you? Is that it? It's metal, I think. Yep. Might be something else down there, but could be iron, of course. Yeah, anyway, whatever this is, I'm not sure what to make of that. Could be part of a pot or something, I think. Oh well, I'll bag it up anyway. Right, Mark's had to head off home. But he's very kind. He said I can stay in the field for the rest of the day if I want to, so we might just do that. The only thing is it's absolutely chucking it down now, so Mark timed it very well. I think I'll call him Magic Mark from now on. Makes a good find straight away and knows when he's going to chuck it down. I have had a couple more finds since the last bit of video. One was a nice copper or brass livery button, looks like it has some age to it. Nice design on the front of it, and a little clog clasp as well, not far to my left hand side there. But it is chucking it down now. You probably can't see actually, but so I'm going to sit it out here behind this hedge. There's not much wind today, so I don't know if the clouds are going to move across or the rain's going to move away very quickly, but probably not. But we'll see anyway. I'll let you know if I turn anything else up. Right, it's been quite a long time since the last bit of video. I've had some bits of lead, a couple of suspension loops, harness ring type things, and some buttons as well. I've just had a find down here, mid-20s. Sorry for the crackling noise there. Mid-20s. We've got a coin. I can't tell you who it is, so I've not a clue. It may not be very old. But it's nice to find a coin anyway. No, I don't know who that is, no idea. But I'll have a look at it later on. Right. Well, something else has just turned up just a few minutes after that little coin. Can you see that? High 20s. Oops. Little watch winder. Lovely. So possibly Georgian, maybe Victorian. Yeah, I like finding those. Great stuff. Hiya folks. Right, well thanks for joining me for the roundup. So we've got quite a few finds there really. Obviously it's from two separate hunts. The first one on my own and the second one with Mark. So Mark, if you're watching this, thank you very much mate. I really appreciate the invite. And especially for letting me carry on when you had to go home. Thanks very much. Right, so that could be the base of a candlestick, or it could be a handle of something or other. Not quite sure, maybe you know. As I always say folks, if you can help with IDs, please post a comment below the video. I always appreciate your help, because sometimes I'm left a bit puzzled. Actually, one of these things has got me quite puzzled. I'll show you that in a minute. Bit of copper or bronze, something or other there. No idea what that is. Possibly off some farm machinery. I think that's a window lever. A coat hook or a cup hook. Some of the bits and pieces there. These two things, I still don't know what they are. Copper, quite lightweight. No, I'm puzzled by those. They don't look to have any great age to them. Some buttons there. Bigger one there. Possibly post-medieval. I think it's a button. Yep. Some harness rings or suspension loops. That's quite a big one. That's possibly the biggest one I found actually. They're both quite corroded, which is a shame, but not to worry. It may have some age to those. A bit of lead from Mark's field. Mark did mention this could be a pot mender, and it actually could be. You could be right there, Mark. I can't imagine what else it would have been used for, really. Don't think it's decorated at all. This was a schoolboy error, this one. I bet there's a few of you shouted at the screen saying it's not a spoon bowl, it's not pewter. I've been corrected, and I think it's, well, I'm told it's a seed scoop, so quite modern actually, that one. And I think magnesium alloy, I think I was told. So that's one for the junk pile, that. Another bit of lead there, button. I picked up a couple of bits of glass from Mark's permission. Don't normally pick up glass, but it looks quite fancy. Got some sort of iridescent silver and gold colours to it. It's quite rough as well to touch. I wonder how old that is. It's got to have a bit of age to it, hasn't it? Another piece there, there you go. That's quite fancy, that. Also from Mark's field, the first field we visited, a couple of bits of Roman greyware as well. And obviously Mark found that Roman coin. His first signal, I couldn't believe it. Yep. Some more buttons there, little tiny one there. Broken. Quite a few musket balls, pistol balls. I think that's a pistol ball. That was from Mark's field again. The rest were from the first field. That one's quite chewed up, isn't it? And that one as well. One of them was quite a big one actually, that one. That weighs 1 1/4 ounces. Age-wise, I suppose 18th century maybe. Thereabouts. I'm not too hot on this kind of stuff. So they are musket balls anyway, or possibly carbine balls. So yeah, there's several of those, all from the same area. Little watch winder, quite a plain one. As an afterthought, I'm thinking it's probably more like it's a Victorian or thereabouts. The little button I found, I got some help on Twitter from Dr. Simon Maslin, a flow from down south, and he thinks it's probably latter part of the 18th century. So late 1700s, it could even be more recent, but it's quite a nice little button. I mean, I'm not a big fan of buttons, but that is quite a nice one. Another button there with a stag on it. I thought it was brass or copper when I first found it. I mean, it was covered in so much sticky mud that I couldn't really tell. I haven't got a positive ID of it. I've had a look on the Google livery button database and couldn't get a match for that one. It looks like copper on the back, but the front looks a bit odd. And it's really lightweight as well. There's a little hole in it somewhere, I think. But that's quite a nice little button, that. A clog clasp from Mark's field with some decoration on it. I've just gone over it lightly with a bit of silver foil just to highlight the detail. I couldn't see it before that. Yeah, that's quite nice. Can't see anything on the reverse. And when I found this, I thought I was sure I could see a bust of George II facing to the left. Well, now I've got it home and tried to clean it, I can't see anything on it at all. But I'm still going to stick with that because I'm convinced that's what I saw originally. But either way, it's one for the scrap pile, is that one. A copper love token. This one's got me a bit puzzled because I've had my Spinks book out. And it looks to me like George III, and it may, sorry about the focusing folks, it may possibly say the 3 eyes there, but I'm really not sure. But I can't find a match size-wise. It's either too small or too big for some of the coins. Then I thought, well, could it be a George I? And again, can't seem to match the size. This is 25mm across. Then I thought, could it be a George and Mary? Sorry, William and Mary? And I don't think it is. So it's got me puzzled basically. What do you reckon? Is that a George III? If it is, which coin? Because I can't find a match size-wise. This one, very worn again. George III, farthing. The front's just about had it, but you can just make out the bust facing to the right. The spindle wall, again, another bit of a puzzler really. I found 2 very similar looking items on the Portable Antiquities website. One says Roman and one says post-medieval. It could be either of those, but I'm probably going to have to go with post-medieval. Because I can't say for sure it's Roman, but I don't know. but not a bad little find really. This little coin, again from Mark's field. You can just see a figure. Is it the right way up? I can't tell. Which way up is it? Is it that way? Come on, focus. You know, I can't tell. Oh, there we are. You can just see a figure standing up there, facing to this side. So it's definitely a Roman coin. A very warm one. It's presumably spent most of its life on the surface. But even though it's worn and it's had it, I'm chuffed to have found it. And somewhere there's remains of there you can just see a bus facing to the right. So yeah, that's a little Roman coin. It was a nice find, that. This one, which you'll have seen in the video, it's quite badly corroded, it's bent, but I did get a date off it, believe it or not. And it's an unusual one. This is a French double tournois, I think that's how you pronounce it, of Louis XIII, and the date on that is 1643. So that was quite an unexpected find. And 1643 just happens to be the year, I think, right of the First English Civil War. So what that was doing over here, I don't know. But yeah, I had some nice finds there. Enjoyed myself on both trips. So let's look forward to the next one. So in the meantime, folks, thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't. Don't forget to hit the like button if you don't mind. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't. Until then, we'll see you on the next video. Take care, folks. Happy hunting. And bye for now.